So, man, how's life, man?
Life is going pretty good, Levonte. How are you on this fine Saturday afternoon?
Man, I always tell you, like, my birthday today, man, life is going real. Safe out here, with the coronavirus type stuff.
Yeah, it's like you got to do your part, and it's like we're slowly reopening things. You just got to remember, keep things as social distancing as best we can and just try to
Yeah,
flatten this curve.
yeah, especially I work at this job, UPS, so I really don't be having time to be like y'all, you know. Like dude, like guys like Steven, Isaiah, they be on their game every day.
Yeah.
So my friend Steven got Zoom on Facebook. He got to pay all that money. That's how you know he into sports like that.
Yeah, he has the money to, do all that streaming stuff. And it's
Yeah,
it's very good. Like the quarantine chats that he has, it's nice. He brings on him and Isaiah bring on a lot of guests, and it's just like very interacting and thinking like
yeah,
different types of sports that could go down and comparing who's the greatest of all time. So that's what that, I guess, podcast has been up to lately. And his
yeah,
fan response is another one. So like he is too working really hard, trying to entertain people during this time, and I give him props for that.
yeah. But yeah, man. Then what else? Stevie, Isaiah always be telling me, they like to be having college football. I think college football players now they're gonna have like a sports analyst on their video.
Yeah,
Yeah, they be have,
that's looking like it's supposed to be in 2 weeks.
yeah, but yeah, man, I can't spend money like that. I got the money, but I'm trying to save up, man, to so my future will be greater. I can't spend money like that, man. Oh,
I
stuff
feel
like
you
that.
on that.
My mom looking at me crazy, man. So my mom looked at me crazy. Shit, you don't need. So, but I'm 22 years old. Living life. Been trying to
Yeah,
be
happy
safe out here.
birthday to you as
Thank you, man.
well. You're welcome.
Yeah, man. I'm glad I told you Isaiah yesterday. Tell y'all that for a little bit because we doing this podcast on my birthday. I haven't done YouTube. To be honest, I haven't done YouTube since last August, and it was about wrestling. I've been lazy, been focused on school and all that. You
I
see?
feel you on that one. Like YouTube is
Yeah,
like around the clock job because like planning out your week is basically one video almost.
yeah. But like when you do YouTube, man, like the other people, like when you're a sports analysis or a company, in anything, that's their job, that's their life, and then they get paid over it. It depends how many fans on your side. If you get like a lot
Hmm.
of views, a lot of subscribers, you gonna get money. You get all that type of money. See, but me, I got a long way to go if I want to be that way in the future.
Yeah, because a lot of them, it's like once you build up enough fan base, at some
Yeah,
point, like the channel will start making money on its own because people will watch older videos and those will accrue revenue throughout the years that they're
and
up
then
there. So it's like it just takes time until you hit that gold mine of all people just flowing into your channel. And it's just like, well, I don't have to create too many videos every day or every week because like the other videos are backing up like a source of income that can be sustainable. So you just
and
got to
then on
figure
top of that,
out your thing.
yeah, but yeah, and then like it depends on state you're in because in Alabama, when you do YouTube in Alabama, they don't have that much, social thing like them. But when you in Florida or Georgia in the big state, you gonna get that type of support.
Yeah, and it's just gotta find that audience. That's
Yeah,
the tricky
yeah,
thing.
yeah. It's tricky. Alabama, alright, but it's not like it's not like Florida or Georgia or California, all those type of state. Not even probably even on Boston maybe sometime. But the
Hmm.
big, that's what people start. But we just gotta keep up the grind. How to be successful on YouTube. I had
Yeah,
like 53 views a year ago when I talk about wrestling. It was pretty decent. It wasn't that bad. It was alright, but I was bored. Just want to do a YouTube video. That's it.
like I did YouTube for gaming for a little bit. It was hard because like you have to find content that people want to watch, but it's stuff
Yeah,
that you have. But it's like you got to find it in between where it's like I can commentate on it if I want to, or it's just like me doing a highlight reel of all the matches that I played that day or something like that.
yeah. You want to get straight to the college football?
Yeah, let's hop into college football. Let's go
Okay.
for it.
So what we're gonna talk about? We're gonna talk about the playoff scenario. See, we already talked about this, but we're gonna talk about this on the video. The me and you had this chemistry going on.
Yeah.
So let's just say, BCS way different than college playoff because if you lose, I feel like if you lose one game, you out. It depends on the rankings. Everybody say college football season, college football rankings are the same. It could be the same, but it's mostly different because you gotta realize you gotta see what the other conference team could do or what your conference could do in general. Like for instance, man, Steven and what's that dude name?
Ryan.
That Sir. Sir, he's a Ohio State fan. Steve's a Ohio State fan too. I think Sir was a Ohio State fan. I was in it for a little bit, but I ain't want to be in it. I just stopped for a little bit. But Steven and him was arguing that Steve was on Alabama side and he was on Ohio State side. He was arguing that Ohio State got in the playoff more stronger than Bama, 2017 Bama. But Stevie said he said the same thing. But he said Bama got in the playoff more stronger than Ohio State. But I'm at agree with my boy Stevie on this one because you gotta realize, man, and it's on the SC bias too. But it's a different year. Can I even tell you why? Like their 2014 year, their 2014 season, it's like after Auburn and Florida State went battle, that was the last BCS era. And in that same year, Bama and Ohio State lost their bowl game. Ohio State lost. Like if Ohio State lost against Clemson, that was the first time that Ohio State lost against Clemson, I think in the bowl game, 6 years ago. Because Ohio State Clemson always face each other every 3 years. They really don't face each other every year. They always face each other every 3 years. And Clemson start getting the best out of them 3-3, But Ohio State always been a contender. They just don't win a championship. You know what I'm saying? When Bama was winning championship in 2010, 12, and 13, always want to see Bama face his team, Ohio State. I may be a Bama fan, also a Bama State fan, Hornets. Our school, our team really trying. We trying though, man. We trying. Oh yeah.
Because, like, when you look at the two teams, like the 2017 Alabama team versus the 2014 Ohio State team, like, if you're looking at firepower, I will say definitely the 2014 Ohio State Buckeyes had that firepower to compete with any playoff caliber team.
Oh, yeah. No doubt. I ain't talking about like compete. I'm talking about like getting the playoff. Like you could argue who's the better team. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But they looked at Ohio State as like the underdog. They ain't looked at Bama's underdog 2017 because like Bama won 2 out of 5 championship with no conference championship, which I understand. Bama is mostly could be a better team than anybody with no conference championship. I believe this season that Bama was a better team than Oregon, maybe. Like for instance, 2011 season, that year when Bama lost against LSU. Now this basically the SC bias too. Like 2 and 3, this basically SC bias. Like 2 and when Bama lost against LSU in Tuscaloosa, 9-6, they called that the game on the century right there.
2013 with the kick return touchdown.
Yeah,
I'll never forget that game.
Yeah. Well, I'm talking about not the Bama vs LSU, but that game right there, Bama vs Auburn, that was crazy. I kind of figured Auburn was gonna win. How the way Bama was struggling with their field goal kicker and Auburn defensive pounding Bama offense at the end. Bama was up 21-7. But I'm gonna get to that in a second, a little bit. But I'm talking about like when 2011, when Bama lost against LSU, Bama into 8-0. It's like LSU into 8-0. LSU ranked number 1 that year, and Bama ranked number 2 that year. Bama was a favorite to win, I think, by 3 that year. think by 3. Asia McCarron and I think Trish Richardson, they both had turnovers. He got an interception, and the running back fumbled the football. It gave LSU a advantage. They really changed the game. Besides defensive wise, they really changed the game because Bama had so many opportunity to win the game, just like LSU. But that game really changed. Wow, like I was like, damn. I was a little bit. I wasn't upset, but I wasn't upset. I had like 2012. I literally cried when Johnny Manziel beat Bama. I literally cried. I literally hit TV just like a little bit. I was crying. I was crying in the bathroom. Like he beat Bama, but like Bama was ranked. I think number four that year. I think number 3, number 4. The other matter they were number 3 because I feel like they still trusting Bama as a contender for a championship, even though Stanford was undefeated, but Stanford lost against USC that year. But I already know about Oklahoma State. All they have to do is go undefeated, and then they lost against Iowa State. Like that, there was no doubt. There was no doubt that LSU was gonna go to the SEC. I already knew. I said they in the BCS when they beat Bama in the BCS championship. So Iowa State beat Oklahoma State. Oklahoma was up, man, 28-0 in the road game. They blew it and lost in I think 2 overtime. I remember. I wanted Iowa. I'm glad Iowa State won because Iowa State didn't win. Bama would have been the Sugar Bowl that year.
And like you look at the two teams, like the Big 12 as an at-large conference is the most interesting conference out of them all. Like from the past few years, you have a team that can blow out a team, score like 60 points a game almost, yet they end up choking it, and then somehow they lose and let out like big runs in the late of the third and fourth quarter. And now you have a tie game. Like look at this year, Oklahoma versus Baylor. Baylor was in cruise control for at least like 3 quarters, and then Jalen Hurts makes a huge comeback and wins the game. Like if you took that to any other conference, the team who has like that many points would easily seal a victory. No comeback would have come of it. So it's like the Big 12 just doesn't have the defense to lock down those big comebacks.
Yeah. Well, you see, man, the difference is, like the Big 12, we already know about this. The Big 12, it's a pretty decent conference, but it's not like the SEC or the Big 10. Big 12 could beat the SEC team, of course, anything can happen. But, like, I'm talking about, like, I agree with you. Oklahoma could score against, like, for instance, Blake Mayfield Heisman season. He played against Oklahoma State. That he scores his 52 against them. So when I looked at the score, I was like, damn, they let Oklahoma State score a lot of points, like really no defense. And then I was like, let's see what they could do against a team like a SC team. Like I ain't talking like no Auburn team that Oklahoma beat that year.
But like they played Georgia in that Rose Bowl.
Yeah, they played Georgia. Like when they played a real team, they need to contain you. Or like if you even try to go higher, score a team. You already know what happened. Georgia won the game, which was one of the greatest Rose Bowl. Which to me, to this day, I still consider USC and Texas the greatest Rose Bowl game in 06 year when Vince Young had ran that touchdown and gave them 2 points at the end. And USC won by USC lost by 3. USC was a favorite that year because they expect USC go 3-peat.
Because like you look at that game and compare it to the Rose Bowl game of Georgia versus Oklahoma, the Oklahoma game went into overtime.
Yeah.
But like the thing was, Georgia ran it into the end zone, but like I forget what ended up happening. Like I think Oklahoma had like a turnover and something like that. So like they were like blitzing like crazy, which ends up allowing Georgia to like waltz into the end zone almost.
Yeah. Oklahoma missed a field goal. That's what happened. They got a turnover. No, not like an intercept, but they got to miss the field goal. Gave Georgia opportunity, and he, like you said, they ran in the end zone and won the game. I think 1 play or 2 plays. But I remember, I often go to work that night too.
Because like it'd be a different scenario if like Oklahoma made that field goal.
Yeah,
and it's like they could play. Don't let a big play happen for a touchdown. Just hold them out for a field goal. We have another shot at it.
Yeah. But when Oklahoma got that turnover, when missed their chance, it was like, oh man, what we got to do? Like even if Georgia do score a field goal, they still win the game because Oklahoma missed a chance. So like you said, if Oklahoma would have made a field goal, it would have gave them a chance. Like, okay, all we got to do is stop them and we get them, you know what I'm saying, get them no overtime. But now since they missed the field goal, Georgia could do anything. Field goal, even even a touchdown they have when it was winning championship. But like when Oklahoma faced a team like Bama LSU, it really shows the results of they really can't compete like that when they face big teams. I mean, the last time Oklahoma competed against a big team, they really was contender hunt. 2014 Sugar Bowl. I really thought that Bama was gonna be covered from that longest bargain, but it really didn't. I said when I was calculating, I said, man, Alabama gonna beat the hell out of Oklahoma by 30 points. I ain't watched most of the quarter. So I went back on it. I see Oklahoma up by 7 points. Like, what? Up by 7 points in the fourth quarter. Asia McCarron got that turnover. And then, Asia McCarron got the turnover like that, I think 20-yard lines. But they wasn't at their touchdown, though. They was at Oklahoma touchdown there. 20 yards or something. Got turnover, and then Oklahoma scored a touchdown, and Bama lost by 14. That was the last time I saw Oklahoma played against, a contender team. Oklahoma played against Auburn. The difference between them, Oklahoma played against Auburn. Auburn was like an inconsistent. They was like, all right, but they weren't like no contender like no LSU or like no Alabama. Like 2018 Bama when before they lost against Clemson. Or like we're talking about Georgia. See, every time Oklahoma play like a SC team, they always lose. But it really shows the fact like they really can't compete like that. I mean, they still got time. I feel like they really still got a shot. I really don't know who's going to win the Big 12 at this point because I haven't followed Oklahoma lately, how I did for the past years. But if they get a quarterback and then if they keep that run up, but soon or later it's going to end, bro, because you can't barely win all the time and letting the team score. It's going to end somehow. It's going to be a slap in the face soon,
Because I think like Oklahoma is on. It's like it had its moment to try to win the college football playoffs, and I think it's like the best team out of the Big 12 to win it all is Texas. I think they've been to the conference championship 2 years in a row now. If they do it again, it'll be 3 times. I think third time's a charm for them to win it, but it depends what the record's going to be. Like if their record's 9-3, you're not getting into the college football playoffs. But if you let a one-loss team, it is possible for you to slip in. If you beat an out-of-conference team who is ranked really high, then you could probably slip in that sense. But you lose within one conference game, but you win your title, like how Oklahoma ended up doing that revenge game against Texas to get into the playoffs.
Yeah. So, man, like Oklahoma compete, let a lot of teams score, but like when it comes to playoff time, they like 0-3 against AC overall. They like 0-4 overall. Okay, they lost against Clemson in the semifinal. When Deshaun Watson took their team to the championship when he lost against Bama that year. But Oklahoma, they're a great team, but they just can't focus enough against SEC teams. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
But like for instance, when I look at Jalen Hurts' game this year, even though Oklahoma don't have a defense. That Oklahoma don't have defense. I seen in the Sugar Bowl Oklahoma beat Bama. But Oklahoma ranked number 11 a year. Bama ranked number 3.
Mm-hmm.
I looked at the ranking too much. But Oklahoma had a shot go to the Fiesta Bowl because the Fiesta Bowl is the Big 12 championship. You know what I'm saying? Big 12 Fiesta Bowl. SC got they because you already know like Rose Bowl got their Pac-12 and the Big 10. So. If Oklahoma would have beat Baylor this season, Oklahoma would have no doubt they would have went to the Fiesta Bowl, But since they only lost 2 games and Baylor lost 1, Oklahoma went to the Sugar Bowl. And then guess what? Oklahoma barely made to the major bowl game because they expected Oregon to face Bama that year in the Sugar Bowl, but the voting came closer, and then they put Oklahoma in. Because Oregon had a great season too. I feel like, man, that lost how the way Bama played. Bama probably lost this Oregon there because Marcus Mariota, he was on the road too, and Marcus Mariota almost went to the Rose Bowl. But that 2 loss game, was against Stanford. You know what I'm saying? Stanford went to the they went to the Rose Bowl that year. Was they lost against Michigan State, 24-20.
Mhm.
Did hold on? Did Stanford beat? Oh, I think Stanford beat Oregon that year. But I know for a fact that Oregon almost went to the Sugar Bowl that year, but they chose Georgia over Oklahoma. Oklahoma over Oregon, and Oregon beat Bama. But like that's like Jalen Hurts. He was doing great. Putting up stats. You already know why he left Bama. Because he don't want to sell another year. Ain't no wrong with that. You know what I'm saying? You gotta do what you gotta do to go to the NFL, which I really hope he had a pretty decent career in NFL. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
But yeah, I'm finna look up right now to make sure. Yeah. They beat Oregon 26-20 in on Stanford. Okay, making sure. But yeah, and Oregon was number 2 that year, and on November 7th because. It was packing up that year because Alabama that whole season had a number one. They were ranked number 1 that whole entire season. They expected Bama to win the championship, but they lost against Auburn. But we all set up Oklahoma Jalen Hurts season. He had a great season. It just felt like when I looked at his game against Kansas State, even though he had like 4 touchdowns, and y'all like I said, Oklahoma defense can't crush up. Like they don't have the energy like that, how the SEC do, Not even the Big Ten, because for years it been the SEC and then the Big Ten,
Mhm.
Either like it's an argument because I was on Facebook the other day and then they were talking about like since SEC and Big Ten are like the best 2 conference team in the college football, and like they should do like a SEC versus Big Ten challenge. Which would be cool though, you know what I'm saying? It was like after the college football season over or something. Well, LSU won. I wish I do agree. It would be fun to watch, but defense cannot compel enough. So and Jalen Hurts was inconsistent again. He was getting a lot of turnovers in the last few games, like Baylor. When even though it was like the greatest accomplishment, like to him, like great accomplishment coming up 28-0, and he beat an undefeated team Baylor. I was like this. I viewed myself saying, like my favorite 28-3. I viewed myself. I was like this. If Jalen Hurts make the playoff, we do it against the SEC team. That's how I was thinking. Even a Ohio State team, you know what I'm saying? But I still feel like he would have a shot against Ohio State than LSU, even though I believe Ohio State probably win by 14, but LSU he got beat badly because he faced a team that SC team that don't play with a South team like we need the Big 12. We the same team. We'll blow you out of nowhere.
Mhm.
And you see what happened. The defense and then Jalen Hurts, he tried his best out there. Like one play when
Like his matchup against an elite LSU team that had a crazy year,
yeah.
you're not going to stand a chance no matter how much Superman power you have.
Yeah.
It's not going to work.
It's just not gonna work because LSU got when you face any SC team, like I said, Oklahoma versus Alabama in the Orange Bowl. When Bama was up 28-0, I said, man, damn, they defense ain't showing up. But when Bama was fooling around and not playing how the way they were playing the first half, I said, man, what's up? And then Oklahoma won 45-34. Oklahoma view, I said, Oklahoma, it's too late now because they defense don't propel enough. But Alabama, they weren't focused enough in the second half because they was up 28-0, and then they lost 40. Man, they won 45-3. I ain't like that Orange Bowl because usually Bama be up by that much. That's it. It'd be a blowout. But Oklahoma almost came back up a little bit. Almost came back that night, but it was crazy. I was kind of a little upset that game because I feel like if you're gonna be up 28-0, it should stay there. You should keep blowing teams up. Now give like 18-10, in the first half, but then Oklahoma and then Bama win by 45-34. But you're gonna be up 28-0 and be up and then lose 45 and they win 45-34. Come on now.
Mm-hmm.
That was Clemson because Clemson blew out. Clemson been the underdog in no championship. Like literally, they've been the underdog. I think. I know. 1, 2. I'm gonna count for a second. Okay, they've been underdog like 6 times, and then they lost 3. They lost 3 of them in the Sugar Bowl against Bama. They all get Bama twice, one in Sugar Bowl, one in college football national championship. And they lost LSU this year, as underdog. But most of them, when they win as underdog, they always beat the hell out of them. Like, they beat the hell out of Oklahoma, Ohio State. They skunk Ohio State and beat the hell out of Bama in the championship. Like, damn. They did Bama too. Like, damn. I was surprised, but looking back at it, you can't be surprised because you need that excitement. I was impressed because you didn't need excitement. Sometimes Dynasty ain't gonna beat everybody like that. Sometimes all Dynasty is gonna get beat like that.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, man, that's what happened. And then you already know. And then one thing, if I say something, let me say one thing. Jalen Hurts' performance in the Big 12 championship, he didn't perform enough. Man, I was glad that he was winning. Everybody as a Bama fan, and I'm from Bama too. I'm from Bama. Everybody from Bama support him. Congratulations, putting up stats. Because you remember that picture, that messenger I sent to you. Had all his stats. How he accomplished, especially as a person he is as a team player. How the way we performed in the Big 12, it really wasn't good, I said. And it really showed it in the playoff against the SC team. Me and my dad was telling me, he said, you see, he was telling me, I agreed to him. I agree, definitely agreed. He was like, you see what happened, like when you leave SEC school and you go to the Big 12, that's what happened. And he's a Bama fan,
Mm-hmm.
As much as I want Jalen to win that year, when he faced LSU, I'm like, damn.
No.
I was like,
it's like it's nice if he could do the upset, though. Like he did win the high. Like if he would have beat LSU, who was ranked 1 in the nation at the time, in that playoff game, it's like give him the Heisman for beating LSU because he beat Joe Burrow. Like you would need to have a phenomenal, perfect game, and that would have been a Heisman moment.
That'd been a Heisman
moment.
Yeah.
But the Heisman's already decided before playoffs even start.
Yeah.
So it's like I kind of want to see the Heisman after that.
Yeah.
The playoffs could just change you and you'd be have that one last ditch push. If your finalists are in the playoffs, you can kind of sort of hold off the Heisman ceremony. If they're not, then it's okay, at the end of the season, your Heisman winner is this.
Yeah. So, man, Jalen Hurts, that year, how the way, for LSU season, man, you know what I'm saying? Well, 2 years, me, I'm going to show you right now. That's what I do every day, Wikipedia, I look at Wikipedia every day. I'll go in there, look at Wikipedia. I look at everything, especially Wikipedia. This my favorite website. It may not tell the truth all the time. Sometimes Wikipedia be joking
gives you
around.
some good numbers to base a few things off of to give you a ballpark of what's going on.
Yeah, what's going on. Wikipedia copy everything, basically. You don't take no detail, but it copy everything, Copy most of the main key stuff. So, man, for instance, when college football playoffs started, they always give you the city and the site.
Mm-hmm.
The city and site where we're gonna be at. New Orleans, Louisiana was on the site. Well, this year I said New Orleans, Louisiana, because last time LSU competed in the championship was 2012 in New Orleans, which I knew that Bama was gonna win that year. LSU not gonna beat Bama twice that year.
No, it's hard to beat Bama back in 2 years in a row.
Yeah, 2 years in a row. Well, not just 2 years in a row, in the same season. You know what I'm saying? Ole Miss beat Bama 2 years in a row, but that was the biggest upset in Bama lifetime.
At least the entire 2 decades. It's probably 2010's decade will probably be the biggest upset.
Yeah,
would probably be that.
Yeah.
Next to Ohio State losing to Virginia Tech. That's probably on that same caliber of
Yeah. You see, that's
the
what I'm
big
talking
school
right
should
there.
have won that game. I understand Virginia Tech is a big school, but I think that you can't lose those games. I understand if you lose to a Penn State, they have playoff caliber talent. They can do that. They're allowed to be a big school because that's their job. On the outside of becoming the elite school of the conference for the next few years, if they can beat Ohio State.
True.
Because, like,
True.
that's, like, their last roadblock. They can hang in and beat Michigan if they wanted to. Sometimes they
Yeah.
do, sometimes they don't. But, like,
Yeah.
you got to be consistent. If they are consistent like Ohio State, yes, they will be in the playoffs more out of, like, 9 times out of 10. They'll
True.
probably be in the playoffs.
Hey, let me call you back right quick. You got this save?
I can pause it.
Huh? But yeah. Man. Well, I was saying, man. Everybody got their own opinion that who's the GOAT. I mean, you know, who be a belt champion 2014, Ohio State 2017, Alabama. You know what I mean by that? You know, I don't care who's a better team, bro. But it's just the fact, like, how the way they got in. Like, I feel like that year when Bama season, the difference in Bama just lost against a ranked team was Ole Miss. Even though it was an upset, but Ohio State lost against an unranked team in the early
Got
season.
in.
But they wasn't expecting like, hold on, give me a minute. I'm gonna go on the 2014 rankings. They wasn't expected Baylor Ohio State to go to the play. They barely got in more than Bama barely got into 2017 playoff, because that year when Bama got in, the only way they got in is that Ohio State was a 2-loss team with a conference championship, 1, 2. You know, SEC got biased. No matter of fact, I'm gonna say like SEC is biased, but 2, you know, Ohio State lost against a Iowa team by 31 points. I was surprised that game, you know, because usually the past, you know, those 2 seasons when Ohio State missed their chances, up opportunity going to playoff. That year, you know, when they were 13-1, won the Rose Bowl,
Mm-hmm.
they lost against Duke. You know, like, damn, they can't focus on ranked teams like that. You know, sometime in life, you know, you could like you can be better, but you can better everything. Like Bama can beat a ranked team. They can beat an unranked team every year. They like Bama still on the winning streak, or like the 91 game winning streak, facing a ranked team, They broke I think Florida State record. Because Florida State was a type of team in the 80s, you know what I'm saying? And then 90s and Miami was a type of team. So a longevity-wise dynasty, you know, short dynasty don't have the type of longevity like that all the time. Because USC was dynasty in 2000. They lost to California 31-34, I think 3 overtime. But sometimes Bama could beat all the ranked team, and then they could lose against a ranked team. Man, a team that lost against a ranked team, and see, like Clemson lost against Pittsburgh the season. That year when Deshaun Watson won their championship against Bama, and then you already know that year when Ohio State beat Bama 42-35, can't make up 21-6. That, you know, Ohio State, you know.
Because,
So
like, for Clemson, like, they played Syracuse and lost 2 years in a row, almost to Syracuse.
you know,
And that was, like, a fluke. It was like, how you lose to Syracuse like that? And then this past year, they almost lost to North Carolina.
yeah,
Like, North Carolina defeated themselves on that play, trying to run an option on the 1-yard line. Who does
yeah.
that?
Isaiah was upset. Like I think Isaiah was pissed. He had said, no, I don't know. Remember my brother Woody? He was so pissed. He said, "Why the hell would you go for a 2?" Like
The game would have gone in overtime. Like,
yeah,
they knew they couldn't compete with Clemson in overtime. So, like, they would
yeah,
say, let's just try to end it right here and go for the 2-point
yeah.
conversion, which I completely understand.
I
Because,
could be
like, playing
understand,
Clemson in
but
overtime is very difficult to do. So, being a coaching, like, that is, like, probably a better call versus you end up throwing a pick in overtime and be like, well, you could have went for 2 to win the game. And,
true.
like, versus, like, you could go for 2, but you don't run the option. You could did like a fake option and throw a quick shuttle pass on the back door, like a trick play almost, to win that game. And that's how you would
Yeah,
upset Clemson, and then they would have been out of the playoffs, and that would have been it. Or at least they would be the 4th seed, and Ohio State would have been the 2 seed, and Oklahoma would have been 3, and then it would have been
yeah.
like that.
But Maryland, you know, Maryland. I was scared for Ohio State. You know, Maryland almost defeated Ohio State.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was crazy. You see, sometimes Bama could lose against a top 10 they lost to the ranked team. But if Bama would have played against those, you know how the way they schedule look, like even like it don't gotta be their schedule. It's the fact like oh there you go. But it's the fact like when you know Bama used to have the toughest schedule a long time ago. You know,
Mm-hmm. But
so
like they don't play. It's like it's looking at like Clemson's schedule where it's like they play teams where they know they can win, but if they lose to them, it's like really hard to get back in the conversation.
yeah. But you gotta realize though, you know, for they usually make these schedule 6 years earlier before you even play them. You know what I'm saying? You know how these teams gonna be. Even though Bama face New Mexico, beside them team, but I'm talking like a team like USC or we don't know how USC gonna be. But like, I do agree with you. You know, they are like the Clemson, but they are better. Like it's better than they. SEC, you know, SEC been a pop. Oh, someone calling. Hold on, my mama calling. Hold on.
All right.
But yeah, what I was saying though, you know, like Ohio State 2014 beat Bama. Bama Bama had a cakewalk schedule or not. SC got a lucky bias. So even Bama do have a cupcake schedule. Shit, Georgia had a cupcake schedule too during the season because they really won't face nobody. They should have beat the hell out. Like for instance, those teams that we can name the Ohio State lost in 2014, Virginia Tech, Iowa State, Syracuse. Bama beat the hell out of those teams by 100 points, man. Because they know being a cakewalk team. You know what I'm saying? Are those even Bama succeeded as beating not this championship? I'm talking about like beating like on the winning streak on a ranked team. Bama beat the hell out of those teams that Ohio State, Clemson knew lost is a ranked team. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. It was just like looking at Alabama and like I should say more Clemson. Like no matter how hard Clemson tries, they have to play within their conference, which is hard for them to do. Is like, yeah, we don't play tough teams, but that's how our conference is. There's nothing we can really do about it.
Yeah,
so like you can't really penalize them for not for playing teams are not great. That's just how the conference just unfolded at this point in time.
Yeah, I do agree on that. Totally agree. I'm in the fact you know how I like criticize Clemson, but compare them. It don't matter. It's just the fact that the recruiting wise and then the game wise, defensive wise, it's just never been better than the Big Ten and the SC for years.
Mm-hmm.
Like the only thing, like it's like this the season. You may have like one or two SC team hunt. No, I wouldn't say. I'm talking like in the big bowl game, you know. But you gonna see a Big Ten like 3, 4, 5 Big Ten SEC team in the contender and like trying to get to the big bowl game. You know what I'm saying? In the big bowl game, like for instance, Auburn, Alabama, Minnesota, and Michigan. You know, they try their best to get to the playoff hunt. You know, and Auburn had a tough schedule. You know, that was like like a hype game of like a Big Ten versus SC. Those are great definitions of games that you want to see. Even though it's not a playoff game, but and then I went for the SC team, Alabama. I knew Alabama would win over Michigan. And not definitely, I really thought Auburn was going to pull it, but when they beat Bama, I guess they lose against other team. But it happens though. It be like that.
I want to pose a scenario to you. What happened if Jalen Hurts stayed on Alabama and faced Joe Burrow with Alabama? Would Jalen Hurts be able to beat Joe Burrow and with that Alabama team?
He would have no. I can say this. He would have a shot. But matter of fact, before I say this, injury is part of the game. You don't get hurt. You don't get hurt a lot. So I don't make an excuse. I understand like when people say Tua's hurt. But at the end of the day, man, you just gotta play football. Bama, I won't say they almost won it, but like they almost came back up and Tua only had like 4 touchdowns, like 4+ yards again. Well, broken ankle. But with Jalen Hurts, he could run. Oh yeah, he would have a shot against LSU, but win it. Who knows?
Because like if you look at that game, like Tua wasn't really a mobile quarterback in that game because they were worried if he would have got like one bad shot, he would have been done. So if they had Jalen Hurts, they could probably done some trick plays and
Yeah,
allow him to be mobile. So I think it'd probably be a lot different of a bowl game, to be honest, even though it was a close game.
Yeah, it'd been better because like you said, it'd been better. You gotta realize Jalen Hurts can run the football. Towards a better thrower. I believe he's still a better thrower than Joe Burrow, but Joe Burrow could do everything. He could run. He could run because like most black guys in college football run the ball more than white guys. But like Joe Burrow could run. He could read plays great. Like the Peach Bowl performance he did. It amazed me because I really want to expect him to get 7 touchdowns and 4+ yards that game because I'm gonna get to that New Orleans part in a minute. I'm gonna get to that Joe. This basically gonna be a Joe Burrow versus Cam Newton situation too. But the Jalen Hurts part too. They would have a shot to win, but you got to pay the quarters though. You got to separate the first half LSU and the second half LSU. The first half LSU would have beat Jalen Hurts if they know how to do their role. And Jalen Hurts performed well, but if LSU would have performed like they get Jalen Hurts in the whole entire game, Bell would have won by like 10 points because when Jalen Hurts played LSU, they always look at quarterback as one of the reasons why they always, when you talk about greatest, it's like in general, in the NFL, they always look at quarterback more than linebacker more than any position. But college football, you don't look at it like that. But, for instance, quarterback is responsible for everything, He's throwing the ball, taking control of the game, but you don't got to be the best player as a quarterback. You can be, but that's what I say, when Jalen Hurts faced LSU, he really didn't have a good performance. He had all right. It was like a defensive game his freshman year. Bama beat LSU 10-0. So I'm saying he wasn't the reason why they won the game. It was the defensive team the reason why they won. Even though he's running the ball, taking control of the game a little bit, and and the ball was running the football. But Jalen Hurts I could say one reason. He's a quarterback, but he wasn't the reason why they won. It's like next year when Bama won championship, before they won, Bama beat LSU by 14. It was like a defensive game, but it was more scoring this time. Bama won by 14. 2019, 2018, he took that leadership, which I like about Jalen Hurts' personality. He led to a story. He could have transferred to another school. You know what I'm saying? He could have done all that. But he beat LSU 3 times. But, the worst game, we don't want to talk about that. We already know that Peach Bowl that Joe Burrow. But like what I was saying about LSU, it's like since the BCS era, well, this in general, LSU won 4 championships. Every championship they won always been in New Orleans. You know what I'm saying? Always been in New Orleans.
No, the one that they didn't win was when they ended up playing against Alabama in 2011. But besides that, all the times they've won it in Louisiana.
Yeah, but most time they always, I ain't mean to say always, but most time they come up on top. But like I was saying earlier, when they put up these sites about what the college football game gonna be at, like in general, you put any site like what the future like, they may say like guys like in the next 2 years we're gonna be down here. Like when they did in Georgia, when they put it in Atlanta, Georgia, championship, and that championship, I said, man, can Georgia go to championship and face Bama? Like, could it be like this? I said, how they gonna happen? It was a matter of shit happened. All Bama had to do was lose against Auburn, and Georgia have a great season, have a good season. It happened. Bama beat Clemson, Georgia beat, and then of course Bama beat Georgia. I can't trust Georgia no.
Georgia should have won that game. Not gonna lie,
they should have won.
But then you let a backup. I can understand having a backup quarterback in there changes the whole game plan on what you've been practiced for all week. But still, your defense should be able to lock down wide receivers, like cut down the passing game. Jeez.
Yeah. But the Levonte Smith play, that wide receiver, that cornerback ain't really do like he ain't ran behind. I'm like, what? That was crazy. Like
all you really had to do is basically be like the military academies where they just hold the ball for at least like half a quarter, and they would have won that game, no doubt about it.
Yeah. Georgia should have beat Bama twice, but Georgia fan will talk about Bama losing against Clemson, But Georgia can't even beat. They probably even beat
Yeah,
Clemson.
they can. I don't like. It would be fun to watch Georgia versus Clemson, but I think since we all know that Georgia's like one-dimensional with the running game, like they're a strong powerhouse running game, but as soon as you shut them down with that, it's like their quarterback doesn't really throw deep. Like they're just not known for that.
Kirby Smart could beat Nick Saban. I know he can, but when Nick Saban count his number, I don't care Nick Saban don't win championship or not. He count his number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Kirby Smart count his number 1, 4, 1, 2, 4, 7, 8, 9, 7, 8, 10. You know, that's Kirby Smart when he played Nick Saban. Now I believe this season, I got Bama over Georgia by 3. I want Georgia to prove me wrong. They were up just saying that Bama was going to playoff and probably win championship. They top 3 favorite. This is Ohio State and LSU or even Clemson. But man, shit. Those predictions said that Bama gonna beat Georgia in the regular season and Georgia gonna beat Bama in the SEC. I really hope it happens. If we do, about time Georgia get that momentum by beating Bama. They maybe could win the championship either against Clemson or Ohio State. But everybody sees on the line. That was Street sees on the line. I want to say another dynasty, but he sees on the line becoming another dynasty. Ohio State depth season on the line because they always lose ever since that Bama law they never they always been consistent when they face big teams or even little teams big little mistakes and Bama depth season on the line because they Bama so Bama depth season on the line. LSU season on the line. I'm gonna talk about Florida in a little bit. There may be another time about Florida. I believe Florida gonna win the SEC East, maybe go to playoff. But I'm gonna talk about that tomorrow if you're available. Would that be all right?
Yeah, I think I'll be all right for available tomorrow.
Okay, I'm gonna talk about Florida another time. But yeah, man.
We can make it, episode 2 if we would like.
Yeah, but like Joe Burrow, man, he had a magical season because whenever championship in New Orleans, LSU gonna go to championship, win or lose. Because 1957, Billy Kennedy, he was the first Heisman for LSU, one of the greatest college football player of all time. Broke a lot of records. Ran the intercept, ran the ball, got touched. One of the greatest player to ever play college football. I'm pulling him up right now. Joe Burrow was the second dude to win the Heisman for LSU because I think that same year when he won the Heisman, he won the national championship. But Joe Burrow won the Heisman and won the national championship. But before Joe Burrow won, LSU won the 2 championship. He played like 4 back and let's see. Was rest his soul. He died he died May 20th, 2018. So rest his soul to him. So
do we want to get into the SEC bias as our final topic then?
This basically really is our SEC bias for real because we were talking about
because you look at the SEC bias didn't really kick into full swing. SEC didn't really start winning the BCS until 2006 with Florida. Yeah. And for ever since that point, an SEC team has been in the national title. Yeah. So it shows that the conference was consistent. So when the committee got together, when they wanted to put the teams into the playoffs, they'd be looking at look at all the SEC teams in the past. Who's normally been in the national championship spotlight? Yeah. An SEC team. Then you may have a Big 12 team in there or a Pac-12 or a Big 10. It just depends on that year. But an SEC team was always in that conversation or always in the mist in that sense.
Like for instance, man. Let me talk about Joe Burrow one more time. But, LSU had the best magical. But I get what you're saying, though, man. I do agree with you on that. But LSU had a magical season, though, because
no doubt about it. It was a magical season.
We gotta realize this, man. And my bad about that. Because everything I listed in order it's basically scramble up because we talking about the SEC team, you know what I'm saying? Because we was talking about the 2011 team when they put Bama in. Which I understand why, because Bama way better than Oklahoma State. That's SC bias right there. That's definitely SC bias. Well, it's really not, but it's fair. But I'm gonna get to that in a second though. But it's a little bit SC bias. But Alabama is better than Oklahoma. Some conference team, no conference championship is better than a conference. That's me and you agree on that one. Some. But Joe Bear had a magical season, man. Like before I say something, I'm gonna say something about this, and then I'll let you go on your thing, man.
All
Joe
right.
won. He won every award, every quarterback award. Heisman Trophy winner wasn't even close. It wasn't even close that year. It was not even close. That was the terrible margin as a second place. Jalen Hurts got like 700. Joe Burrow got like 20, like 10,000. And then he won his championship in New Orleans, his home state. And they had a team. Everything he did, he beat Bama. And then he record with that team, with the help of LSU, they beat 7, 8 ranked top 4 teams, the top 10 teams. I think 3 and 4 top 4 teams. So he did everything. Team LSU in general, it was a magical season because the number 60, touchdown season, 60. He broke that record. I said when he did that, I said, damn, he gonna break it in the championship. I said this. If Clemson could beat LSU, if Joe Burrow, the only way Joe Burrow could break that record is that he gotta beat Clemson. But if he can't, he won't break it. And for a moment, Clemson was looking like a year ago team when they blowing Bama out. They was up 17-7. I said, well, okay, Clemson got a shot. Let me see what LSU could do. Joe Burrow figure away. Like me and my homie's LSU fan. Man, we love football. So we were talking about LSU down. They were trying to figure out a way Clemson could play. And Joe Burrow, Joe Burrow figure out how Clemson could play, and it worked at the end. That was a magical season, though. You know what I mean? Why I'm saying magical season records, breaking records, awards, and they won in New Orleans. And then that LSU team is like a Louisiana team. So man, I'm done. I'm done with that conversation. That Joe Burrow, come on back, man. So man, SC bias, like you said, man. I'm gonna let you talk. You said somebody SC bias.
So like the SEC bias, I think how people look at it, like when the committee sits down, it shows that the conference had consistency up to this point. Like it has always had a team in the BCS national championship game since like 2013. Like there's always been an SEC team from 2006 to 2013, and now you hit the college football playoffs, and SEC team's always been in the mix or even been in the title game. So that shows you expand over like 10 plus years and SEC teams in there. And it's just like proving that to everyone's like the SEC is a consistent conference. If you look at the past, that always been in the conversations. Like how can you leave them out? And I think that's how like the room feels like when they go through it. And the day that they leave an SEC team out, I think you're going to have like a new era of a conference going to start sitting into those national championship roles year in, year out. But until then, they're going to still be in the mix of being in that game. So it's like in order for a team to win a title, you have to be an SEC team. Like that seems like the law of the land at this point.
But like for instance, man, like I do agree with you. SC team, very they ain't just buy it because they want to. It's smart. It's being smart because they got their resume. And then you got to realize years to come, Bama had help. For ranked teams for beating top 2, top 1 team. So for instance, when Bama on longest Texas A&M that year, as I said, I was crying that year. I kind of Johnny Manziel made me cry. He made me cry that year. I'm sorry.
I guess like the only time that like the SEC team has not been in the title game was in 2014.
What 12-14? Yeah, but
because like they were in the playoffs, they got beat by Ohio State, and Ohio State ended up winning the title.
Yeah,
and they played Oregon.
Yeah, even though even though we get in the championship, I was gonna say your championship count. But at the end of the day, this ain't NBA or NFL when they say, "Oh, playoff don't," But like you gotta realize, man, once you already know this, college basketball, college football, everything counts.
Mm-hmm.
Even though when Saban beats remember Saban lost against Urban Meyer that second time because Urban Meyer beat Nick Saban at 6 years ago. When he played with Florida, it's not
Mm-hmm.
like it's not like he's gonna that's his first loss in championship because he wasn't there. But at the same time, it's that year will consider the biggest stage more than Ohio State and on Oregon. Even though championship was the biggest stage, but that year was like the championship was gonna win. Even though
Like for sure, like that game alone, like when you looked at the Alabama versus Ohio State, whoever won that game
yeah, would
basically
have
won
won
the
the championship.
title.
Yeah, I was fooled. I was like, man, I can't believe Ohio State. I can't believe Bama lost like against Ohio State
But
because
like it was an aggressive fight from start to
it was
finish.
supposed to fight. Bama was up, but like 21-6. I was like, damn, they gonna damn. Chris is right because they weren't looking at Ohio State as like the more aggressive. They were looking at them because they lost to Virginia Tech. And then they barely got in. The only reason why they barely got in is because, like I said earlier, Bama got in because. Oh my bad, I got you. Because Ohio State, like I said, Ohio State lost against Iowa, and it was two lost teams. And Bama was a better team than Ohio State that year. Bama only had like one loss. And that's SC by a little bit by, but Ohio State shot itself in the foot. I was like, what? Then guess what? That day, I think my uncle was married that day. That's the crazy part. I was watching the game, right, in the hotel. And then, I was like, man, Ohio State got better do something. And then after everything was over, and then they was saying that Bama played on LSU. Well, when I checked the score at Ohio State, I was like, damn, Ohio State like this Iowa? I just knew for a fact they wasn't going to play at this point. So I was thinking to myself, if Bama lose against Auburn, because, Bama, like you said earlier, the schedule they gonna give you slap in the face. Sometimes you go in and cakewalk schedule, but you can't. It's like Clemson got slapped in the face 2 times against Bama and LSU. Because they always say that's what happened. Replay. This even go for Ohio State 2 Cup. Because you're gonna have conference talk about you. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
About the team, they're gonna say because you ain't face nobody. Well, that's don't mean nothing. Nobody is slick at this point. The fan player gonna what you mean slick like. Like for instance, if Bama would have won, they're gonna say, Bama got but Bama lost. This for Ohio State too in general. I feel like if Ohio State lost against Bama in 2014, bro, they're gonna say that because Ohio State didn't play. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Like 2014, like 2013, explained the season, bro. That year when Ohio State supposed to go to BCS. I thought Ohio State would go straight to BCS. But I forgot about them. They lost against Michigan State that year. Like they lead was for like the only chance Auburn, the only chance that the only chance that the team really the only chance that you really have a chance to see SEC team championship was 2012, 2013 year Bama won, and 2014 year when Auburn beat Bama lost. What's how you gonna discriminate Auburn? They beat Bama. Like if you're a Bama, like me, like if you're a Bama fan, I play by people when I say Auburn lost. I always play about Bama shit. You say they always say you didn't win championship. It do matter, but college football wise, everything matters. It ain't like NBA or NFL because they're gonna talk about professional league. They're gonna create some professional league more than college football.
Because like for the NFL, it's like you're allowed to lose games, and it's like
Yeah,
it's part of the game for them almost. Like you can go like 7-9 and end up winning the Super Bowl as a wild card team. But like in the college football, it's like as soon as you hit 2 losses, you're like, well, I'm praying that the rest of the conferences do lose.
Yeah.
But as soon as you have that one loss, you're in hot water for the rest of the season.
Yeah, that's on time. You really that's on that's on 2 seasons. You really you're not gonna see in the SC team in BCL card. If I say with defeat Michigan State that year, they went to BCL because Bama was number 1 and Florida State number 2 and Ohio State number 3, always number 4. So RB Bama, right?
Mm-hmm, in 2013, and then like Auburn gets in.
Yeah, then like Auburn was number 3. They was number 3 because Ohio State was number 2. Ohio State do have to be. Cause I remember that year when Ohio State had a schedule, man. I'm like, damn, they facing team. Like, even though, like, when you're a stat team, of course you're gonna have a case when you're a stat team. I mean, you can like you said earlier, you can't know about the company, just football. You're gonna have fans talk about you forever. Like, never gonna end. Man, Ohio State blew a team out like 76-83-0. I think they like, damn.
It gets bad when you play
It
against
get
teams
bad.
that you shouldn't be playing against.
Yeah. You see, Ohio State got criticized a year because when they face a bigger team like Michigan State and Clemson, they're like, man, they because they played that year like that year. So next season rolls on, man. You know, Ohio State. They looked at Ohio State as like the they parted. I knew Ohio State had a shot against Bama, but about how the way the media was going, they looked at Ohio State as like, man, they don't got no shot against Bama. It looked like it for a moment when it's 21-6. Cause if you up like that, 92% chance Bama gonna win the game. But Ohio State were blessed when and showed up, and Zeke they couldn't stop Zeke. Zeke was like Zeke was, man, like one of the rope, like you trying to tackle him.
It was hard to tackle him in that game.
Your chest gonna pops out. Like, like I won't be surprised you coughing up blood, you know, because Zeke was running over the boys. Because for a moment they were stopping Zeke on like maybe for 14 minutes, but after that. But Bama was up 21 when they still had that 21. When they had that 21 point, and Ohio State was up 34. I said, "This game over. This game. Like I'm talking about. It's third. Like, this game over because Bama had a shot. It was that time. Like, and then after the game, I was like, man, I want Ohio State to lose. But which I already knew. I kind of figured they wasn't going to lose because they beat Bama. And then I'll be glad if Oregon would have won because Oregon had that, because Marcus Mariota had that hype. He was a great quarterback, but
because the second, the 2 and 3 was the battle of the Heisman, because
yeah,
Jameis Winston and Mariota both won the Heisman. Two Heisman showcase just duking it out, and then 1 versus 4, it's like, wow, this is like the best college playoff matchup you could see in in ages.
Yeah, but like I said, like you brought Florida State. 2013 season when Florida State beat Auburn, they beat Auburn. Their season went into like undefeated. They went undefeated, but when they were beating team, like when they was beating team barely unranked, so most of their games, like a couple of their games, I was like, damn, I ain't see Florida State winning, but they test you. It don't happen all the time, but with certain teams like Florida State, Clemson, Alabama, even how you say it tests you. They see what you could do, and Florida State failed their test badly, man. Like, for real. Think about it. Florida State lost to a team, but like they beat like a team. They beat a ranked team by 1 point. But when they faced Marcus Mariota, Oregon, you know, man, they got abused out in the NFL. I was like, oh my. It was embarrassing though. It was embarrassing. It was the worst game in college football. It's still the worst game to me in college football. Like, literally, Oregon almost put up 60. It was 59-20 in the Rose Bowl. And then guess what? That same Rose Bowl game, Florida State played in that same stadium, because that year when Florida State played Auburn, they didn't play in the Rose Bowl. They played in the same stadium because they had to add another BCS standalone. Starting in 07, like we were talking about 07. The first BCS championship, the first 8 BCS championship, you had your Rose Bowl, your Sugar Bowl, your Orange Bowl, your Fiesta Bowl. They pick one out of 4 bowl each season, and then they will host. They will host the biggest. They'll host the BCS National Championship. Like, for instance, I think it went like Fiesta, Sugar, Orange, and Rose Bowl. So they will host season. They would say the Fiesta Bowl, National Championship Fiesta Bowl. The next season is going to be a regular big bogey Fiesta Bowl. Then the same season going to be the BCS National Championship Sugar Bowl. Like when USC played Texas, it was like the BCS National Championship Rose Bowl. And then and then
they actually just finally decide to make it a bowl game.
Yeah, a bowl game.
And that's like the rest has been history after that. But I did like it being classified, yes, one of the New Year's Six is the national championship game.
Yeah.
But, like, it does take away teams playing in those historical bowl games
Yeah, it
for
does.
a national championship game. It's like, I did like them when they split it off. You're like, it's its own thing. But you can't participate in your historical bowl game. Now you have the college football playoffs. It's now possible for you to compete in your historical bowl game if you were like number one in the nation and you so choose to play in that bowl game.
Yeah.
Unless you want to play closer to home, that's the other option.
Yeah. Like, for instance, man, they will host these bowl games. I'm just thinking for a moment. Like we're talking about the 06 season when the SC team was going to BCS. That's when they started. They, like I said, the 98-05 season. It was 4 bowl games. One was national championship, and one hosted each bowl game every year. But the 06 season started off when they started adding one bowl game. This time it was like a standalone bowl game. This is like a straight BCS. And then you still have your big 4 bowl game, like for instance, when Florida State competed in Auburn, they competed in the Rose Bowl State. They didn't compete in the Rose Bowl champion because that year Michigan State won the Rose Bowl champion that year, and the same season Florida State won it. But like you were saying, man, yeah, it really do waste a little opportunity for teams like for best teams like Ohio State. Ohio State compete in the Sugar Bowl, but they ain't compete in the Rose Bowl.
Yeah, it just doesn't feel right because like the Ohio State Buckeyes should be playing in the Rose Bowl because that's where they normally end up playing. It's like when the college football playoffs came into play, and like when I went to watch Ohio State versus USC, it was in the Cotton Bowl. It's like, but it's a bowl game, but it's not their bowl game.
Yeah, it's not. See, I was gonna do something like this. Because, like, let's say if Ohio State and USC was in the playoff, and they had like a 12-1 record, they'd be in the Rose Bowl. There's no doubt. They'd be one of them to be 2-3.
It'd be like how the playoffs end up rotating. It'd be like Ohio State, USC, Orange Bowl. I'm like, what? Well, they'll probably make some changes to make sure like that doesn't happen. But
how can I say it? I don't know if they're gonna change it now, but
I think it's gonna stick with that cycle of rotating through the bowl games.
It's gonna stick with that cycle for a little while, but like you said,
until they open it up to like a bigger bracket, and then that's when you have to play an actual game, and then your next game after that is like a bowl game, and then you have the national championship game.
Yeah, like for instance, Bama number 1. Let's say got the Orange Bowl and the Cotton Bowl, like you said. If SEC number 1 and the Pac-12 and the Big Ten team number 2 and 3, shit, they're gonna play in the Orange Bowl, no Rose Bowl. You gonna have a Rose Bowl team. It's gonna be like a regular big bowl game. Since the Rose Bowl.
Yeah, it'd be like you're like 5 and 6. Like the year that Ohio State got left out, and same with Georgia. I would rather have Ohio State play Georgia in that Rose Bowl. Like that would be like the hype everyone needed for the college football playoffs. But they didn't do that. They were like saying, Ohio State, you are playing Washington, who's like ranked 15. I'm like, what? I am not satisfied. I had to deal with the SEC bias. If Ohio State can't play an SEC team in the bowl game, what is the point of playing that bowl game against a Pac-12 champ who didn't even have a shot at the college football playoffs? I feel like the 5 and 6 game should be in the next biggest bowl game, and that's my opinion, to be honest with you.
Like, bro, that's what I'm saying. If the Pac-12 and the Big Ten team have a great record and they play each other 2 and 3 in the Orange Bowl, the Rose Bowl ain't really gonna be looking like Of course it's gonna be the biggest state because it's Rose Bowl, but shit, you gonna see teams like. You're gonna see a record. You're gonna see teams
You're gonna see like the second place Big Ten team versus the second place Pac-12 team.
Yeah,
it may be interesting. It may not be.
Yeah, it may not be.
The second place teams are 2 different teams, and if it's close in one game and not in the other, it's like, well, obviously the team that played closer is gonna be the team that ends up winning it.
Because like for instance, Ohio State beat Wisconsin. Wisconsin like 12-1. Since the Pac-12 ain't really and like that. Wisconsin may play a team, may play a ranked 25 team like let me think of
Colorado.
Colorado 7-5. I'm like, damn, 7-5. They second best. Like, oh my.
It's like,
Like,
yeah,
for real.
somehow they got to the bowl game.
The bowl
They
game.
got to the championship game, came in second place. They're 9-3 or 8-4. Yet they end up getting to the Rose Bowl like that, playing against a 12-1 team. It's like, no.
Because the bed sheet say Pac-12 versus Big Ten, but if the Rose Bowl was in the playoff, California wouldn't be in it because they are a Pac-12 team, and then like you won't have it. Because y'all realize the Cotton Bowl, the Cotton Bowl, the Peach Bowl, and the Fiesta Bowl are like at large team was at large team, a large team was a large team, and then one 5 large team, and then one
Group of 5 slips
one
in.
group of 5 team. If both of them 3-9 in the playoff, if both of them both in the playoff, and then like you already know the Sugar Bowl got the Big Ten, got the SC, definitely SC for a long time, and they just started putting Big 12 in the Sugar Bowl. And your ACC team gonna be like the minute Orange gonna be like the ACC team been there for a long time versus either the Notre Dame team or the SC team or the Big Ten team. Look, see that's how you know SC Big Ten good because they picked the third or fourth or second best team. It really depends how the way the SC team look in the playoff. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Look, that's how the bed sheets look. But if you see 2 great, I'm talking like great teams in the playoff, like for instance, Washington faced Bama that year, and Ohio State faced Clemson in the playoff. Though they didn't play in their own bowl game, bro. Get Clemson, like even though it was one of the greatest Rose Bowl, and then this also the greatest Rose Bowl, but USC was a 9-3 team in the Rose Bowl, and Penn State too. You're not seeing 2 undefeated or 1 undefeated or one. You seen a 9-3 team and a 2 loss. Like wow, it's crazy.
Like I would rather watch. I would rather see 2 teams with the same record go at it in a bowl game versus a team that has 1 loss and a team that has 4 losses playing, or a 3-loss team versus a 1-loss team. It's like it's not interesting unless a 3-loss team upsets them. That's the only point. But if the 1-loss team is dominating the entire time, it's not fun to watch.
But you already know though, that ain't gonna happen. For a while. Like
for sure.
Like for instance, they changed Oklahoma. Back then, when the BCS started, they changed. Oklahoma was a Fiesta Bowl team, was a Fiesta Bowl team. Or, like for instance, if a Big 12 team are going to the championship, they may put the second best team. It depends on the record. Or if the second best team in the Big 2 don't have the good record, that they're gonna put. That I think it's like the automated challenge. They're gonna put somebody in the SC that had a better record than the second, third best team, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
But there was a Fiesta team, but now it's a Sugar Bowl team now because SC was a Big 12 team if it's not in the playoff. But as I say, it's both for the past years, the past 3 seasons, we always talk about this. Oklahoma faced the LSU, Bama, and Georgia in the playoff in a different bowl game besides Sugar Bowl. When the playoff not in the Sugar Bowl, guess what? Because like for instance, man, Oklahoma they faced LSU, Bama, and Georgia in the Sugar Bowl. They faced them boys in different bowl games. The Rose Bowl we were just talking about, the Orange Bowl, and the Peach Bowl. Shit,
then, the outside of like the New Year's 6 is like the Citrus Bowl. It's like, I thought the Citrus Bowl was part of the family. Nope, it's not a New Year's 6.
No. Like for instance, Ole Miss faced Oklahoma State. Oklahoma State choked that year. They choked twice. They lost 3 last games. They lost against Oklahoma badly. Or once upon a time, Oklahoma was undefeated that season, and they lost badly. Like you see a 3-loss team okay, let me think. When Georgia played Oklahoma. Okay, Bama played Clemson that year. Now that's all right because you do have one SC team, and that's good because you do have one SC team in the Sugar Bowl like Bama and Clemson. Defending that championship in the Sugar Bowl. Man, they're certain team too. You know what I'm saying? They's a different company. That's all. That's no big deal. But next year when Bama faced Oklahoma in the Orange Bowl, who faced team in the Sugar Bowl? I think it was Georgia and Texas. Georgia 2-loss team, Texas was a 4-loss team. Like, bro, this shit so backwards. Like, you not facing a 12 team, I face a 13 team, I face 13 team in the Sugar Bowl. That's in the playoff. That's a different bowl game. The bid sheet says it do say bid sheet that don't mean you have the best record. It just means like, you second best team. You know what I'm saying? It really depends how the conference is. Texas with 4-loss team beat Georgia 11-2. And then this year you had LSU facing Oklahoma. Hey, people may say, hey, do they supposed to play in the Sugar Bowl? No, it's just, it really don't set like that. Just because they got the best record, it really don't mean you got to play, in the
You don't have to really play in your traditional bowl game. You'd be like, yeah, I want to play in the Peach Bowl because, it's close to Louisiana. It makes sense.
Yeah.
It's like, why am I going all the way out to Arizona to play in the Fiesta Bowl when I can just choose, like, yeah, we're playing in the Peach. We'll play Oklahoma. It's a home game for us. Let's go beat them in Georgia and take the national championship to Louisiana and win it at home. Let's go do it.
And then like that, Georgia facing an inconsistent Baylor team. They really, second best team. But I really feel like if that Sugar Bowl Rose Bowl was in the playoff with Clemson and Ohio State, Clemson face Ohio State in the Rose Bowl, and LSU will face Oklahoma in the Sugar Bowl. I had the best put out, but who really knows? It's fun though that if you're a 7-5 team, the second best team, you play your own bowl game. But if that bowl game not in the playoff, well, you're not in New Year's Six, my boy. So maybe this year.
I do like when the group of 5 is in like the New Year's Six.
Yeah, I like it
actually do an upset like UCF did against Auburn. Like I feel like if UCF would have beat LSU, I think it would have opened up the door to increase the playoff bracket to be like you gotta let the group of 6 in. The group of 5 in because like they're putting up numbers like even this year with Memphis against Penn State. Memphis still was a contender in that bowl game from start to finish.
They would.
So
they would.
It's like saying they're there. To be honest, the American Conference has enough power to replace like the Pac-12 almost.
Yeah.
They may not have the firepower to win against those big schools, but they can contend. Yeah, and once you can see that and show people, be like, yeah, we can contend with these big schools and compete. Some 4-star recruits may shift to those schools to get more playing time to increase their stats for the NFL draft.
Because you gotta realize, my man, Houston is an American team. I thought Florida State was going to win 14 in the Peach Bowl. Houston beat Florida State. That's American. Most of them years, you literally seen Michigan. What's the thing? Oh, Western Michigan. Western Michigan was a MAC conference. So most of them years, it was all American being in in a big bowl New Year's Six. Most of them year like 80% of the years, you may have some other conference, but
like you may have the Mountain West slip in every now and then, but it's like out of like the power, like the group of 5, it's the American Conference leading everything basically.
Yeah, like you said, American Conference ain't playing, bro. But like you said, I feel like if the US and then not the fact. Even though UCF struggled in most of the quarters, they were dominating. But when they struggled in the third quarter, they were trying. They still was competing. They were trying. They was competing. So it lets you know that like the American team is trying. But
it's like when you look at the American Conference Championship game. Yes, it's like their championship game is not like saying, oh, we're going to like an NFL stadium. It's actually coming back to your college campus, playing that game. So if you have like the better seat, you have home field advantage. Yeah. And UCF has been into so many dogfights in those championship games. It comes down to the wire, and it's a thrilling game to watch. It's like, the big conferences, those games, like sometimes you have a blowout. It's like, oh, that's not fun. But when you see the smaller conferences play for their conference title, it's like, who's going to win? You have a shootout going on in one. You have a dogfight in another. It's like, wow, I got to be watching the smaller conference duke it out first before I go watch the bigger conference do their showdowns.
Yeah, if UCF would have won, man, I won't say they would have got in, but
No, because they would have to go undefeated again for a
they
third
go
time.
they go for a 3P and claim 7 at next championships. I don't blame them. I don't care nobody say. I don't blame UCF claiming this and next championship. I mean, it's college football. At the end, it's football. Even though big Group 5 never bigger than the Power 5, the major conference. But hey man, they beat Auburn. Auburn beat Bama and Georgia. Them one ranked team that year. So
It's like it makes sense for them to say that they're a national champ.
Yeah, man, I'm telling you, Wikipedia got them boys in that shit. I'm telling you, bro, Wikipedia is so funny, you know. So sometimes Wikipedia play the jokes on you, like for wrestling. AJ Styles wrestled Undertaker in a match. Undertaker buried AJ Styles live, and then wrestling is entertainment. It's real and fake to me. It's just fact. When AJ Styles died in the storyline, when he buried him, Wikipedia said rest in peace. They put his death. That was crazy. It's on Facebook. I can send to you later on. But you see, I'm telling you, it would lead argument on sources said. What sources said they put on a championship? When you say the cut net 7 next championship, Wikipedia put them as 2017 next championship. And what was argument? And a couple days later, they had it up there. But when was argument kept going on, the sources kept battling each other. Wikipedia got them as next championship. Since then, that next championship be taken off. And I'm telling you, bro, look on Wikipedia. You're gonna say UCF 2017 next championship. I'm telling you, it's not because here I realize, man, like most teams that leave with undefeated, like TCU, they don't get in that championship. UCF had a balls in class and that they ain't made a parade. To me,
They really did.
I really hate the way how the SC. I'm not gonna even say Bama fan. I'm gonna say SC, Big Ten, ACC, Pat, even Big 12, even Pac-12 fans treat them, say them, oh man, they ain't shit. They declared it. Bro,
they went undefeated. Y'all didn't go undefeated. That's the bottom line.
The bottom line.
Hey, you beat an Auburn team that beat Alabama, beat a Georgia, and they end up losing to Georgia, and you beat Auburn. So it's like you basically won the title. Like I wish the Florida governor could have been like saying UCF has to play Alabama and to decide the title. If they would have done that, I would have been satisfied. It's like, all right, they got beat. End of story. No parade, no hoopla or anything. It was final. Everything's written. The score's on the table. Take it or leave it.
No, Bama will beat USC, man. But it just felt like Bama beat USC. But USC, man, standing for their pride. That's what I like about Group 5 team. They were like, man, we may be a Group 5 team, but we're gonna prove ourselves that we the next championship, man. You know what I'm saying? Because they already know. We know for a long time. We know for a while. We in the playoffs, but if UCL would have protect they win against LSU, man. That's back to back and won it again. Another back to back, But it's they lost, so it's dead now. So everybody, fans. Sometimes fans lose, sometimes fans win. So fans won this one.
Mm-hmm.
UCF beat the fans, but the fans beat the UCF in 2017. You see what happened, man. 2018. You see what happened. You see what I'm talking about when UCL when a cakewalk when they talking about a cakewalk sketch team wins or succeed in life as a champion, they always say, man, they got a cakewalk. When they lose, they gonna say, man,
they lose, they terrible, they trash. That's how people react. It's like, oh yeah, like, oh, they win it. They had a cakewalk. They had an easy schedule. They did this. They did that. They should have won. They should have perfect season. And then they take that same cupcake schedule next year and they lose one game. The whole world hates them.
Bro, think about this. If Ohio State would have won 2013 season, would they scared? They'll beat everybody by 100 points and won championship. They'd be like, man, dude.
Mm-hmm.
Then
why they get left out of the playoffs next year? That'll be what happens if you have a one loss in that first year of playoffs.
Again, let's say for instance, if Bama beat Ohio, if Ohio State beats Auburn, not beats Florida State in the championship, and they're gonna say, man, And then the next year, they're gonna have the same schedule. You know, they're gonna defeat it. But let's say they got blown up by Bama, they're gonna say, "Ah, man, they gotta." I told you, but they kicked. You know, it happened. Bama lost and Clemson lost, and then they told them because they had a cakewalk schedule. Watch, I'm telling you, watch next year. LSU got a tough schedule, but I'm telling you, when you defend championship with a cakewalk schedule, and then you lose, hey man, it what it is.
It is what it is.
But yeah, man, UCL was a good team. They won.
We'll definitely get like a 30-30 for that team.
They're gonna get 30 for 30. I mean, they respect. I respect that team because they proved it. I mean, they proved it. I mean, they beat them. I mean, like even though like people could say all Auburn fans could say all they want. They go for Bama fans too when they lost against Auburn. They want to say injuries. Injuries part of the game. I understand. There's still no excuse. Bama lost against Auburn. Bama won champion.
Like you look at that game, like the Auburn UCF game, like you have 4 to 5 star athletes, and they don't. Yeah, that's the biggest difference in that. It don't matter if you have injuries or not.
Yeah,
you have kids who can compete and step up. Who are, let's say your 5-star goes down, you have a 4-star on the bench. UCF, they probably have maybe like 5 4-star kids. The rest are like 3 to 2, and they beat you. My goodness!
You gotta realize, man, when that dude Johnson got hurt by Bama defensive, and Bama known by hurting somebody by accident. They know they held coach in the BCS 2010 when they hurt the quarterback. That was crazy, and then they hurt Connor, Michigan State. Which I'm gonna talk about Michigan State another time. But they hurt him, and then they hurt DeAndre in the when they faced Florida State. Bama known for hurting people, so when Bama getting beat, I ain't made no excuses. Even though Bama had a lot of linebacker injury, them boys still won championship with couple. Like even though they're better injuries got better off, them boys still won championship with injured linebackers. You know what I'm saying? I said it's no excuse, man. You gotta take the challenge.
You gotta take care of business.
When Auburn lost, they won't say Kerry Johnson, KJ got hurt. Which he did. Bama hurt him, by accident. It happens. But I ain't getting no Auburn fan no excuse. No. But like I can give Bama no excuse this year because it's part of the game. But like fans, I'm telling you, if Auburn would have beat Georgia, I bet you Auburn fans would have said, man, we did it. We gonna win. Auburn lost against Georgia.
Just think about it. Georgia would have played UCF.
Yes.
And then that would have shut down everything.
Yeah.
See, Auburn had one job and they couldn't do it.
Yeah. I mean, I like Auburn too, but it's just like for instance, man. Let me think. When what year? I'm trying to think, but it was a team. It be like this all the time, bro. It be like this all the time. But that's the example one right there. When matter of fact, LSU this year, even though LSU had a stat team, on Clyde Edwards, he was hurt. I think knees. You remember Clyde? She running back. He was the reason why LSU beat Bama. You know what I'm saying? He was definitely the reason why. Even though Bama was young, you still got to play the game though, right? I mean, he was spinning on the board, doing everything. But I think he got hurt in the 10th game. He still played. I said, man, they were putting bang in, and then they wasn't sure where he's gonna play in the Peach Bowl because he was hurt. Hey man, he played his ass off with them injuries. I mean, I'm not saying it's not like really dude got shot in the chest, got shot in the leg. It's injuries.
Yeah.
Even though I understand everybody want to sit out, which I understand if you sit out, you just gotta sit out. But if you playing the game, you just gotta play for your life. He played for his life. I mean, come on, he didn't play all the games. Clyde was played all the games with injury. Well, I think last 3 games were all with injuries because he was hurt. He was hurt during practice. So it was a question mark. It was a question to see who he was gonna play against LSU. Against Oklahoma, I said, hey, LSU still don't have any excuses. So they up now, like 2 or knee. I can't ankle. There's still no excuse when he lost against Clemson. I mean, yeah, just hurts. He ain't projecting. Hey man, you just gotta play the game. It's part of the game.
Yeah, sometimes you gotta play through injuries. Other times you gotta take one out so you can heal for the bigger game. So
Yeah,
that's how you gotta look at it. When it's like all on the line, it's like almost looking at Kevin Durant coming back
yeah,
for the Raptors games. It's like he didn't have to come back. He could have stayed and
did
off
it?
and like healed, but like he wanted to give his team a chance to at least try
Yeah,
to win a championship. But like after that, like the next game, Klay Thompson goes down. I'm like, my gosh, the Golden State Warriors are not going to come back from this. Everyone's
yeah.
just dying on their team and just
But
getting injured. So
the
it's
War,
like you can't play through that.
the Warriors may not have a shot to win that game. They would have won that game 7, but they still had a shot to win that game 6 because Steph Curry missed a 3. You know, you live by 3, you die by 3. You know, but like Warriors fans, this is like LeBron, KD fans. All right, matter of fact, LeBron Warriors fan. If Kyrie 2015, I'm not saying they would have won. In my opinion, I think Kyrie. I think it went back either way. Um, I think Cal would have won 2015, Warriors won 2016. Draymond Green and Angel Boy never got, But it's my opinion. Who knows? Who cares? I really don't at this point. I pray for players, even on numbers, because you don't want nobody to get hurt, but it's gonna
Mm-hmm.
happen. It's gonna happen regardless. It never dies. But like, what I'm trying to say is when Warriors fan be like, there's no excuse that Kyrie and Kevin Love got hurt. You know, LeBron still lost. There's no excuse. Cause they're gonna say something about Kyrie and Kevin Love
But
got
it's
hurt.
like when you're only like the last good player left, they can easily double team you. If you can't handle the double
Yeah,
team, your
true.
championships are dashed in a heartbeat. But if you can handle that and somehow make something magical out of it, it's like your career has been now idolized, and now you will be forever a great. That you beat a great, good, like you beat a good big three, and you did it by yourself,
Yeah,
and that's your ring, and no one can
yeah,
take that away from you. But as soon as you build that super team, like the Warriors with KD, like to me, that wasn't necessary. Like you had a team that already won a title without Kevin Durant. This is
yeah,
just like you adding more firepower and scoring, so
yeah,
you don't have to play defense. That's basically what
yeah,
it was.
yeah. But yeah, when the Warriors say LeBron not having an excuse 2015 love, but when the Warriors fan saw KD got hurt, they goes, man, he got hurt. Nah, but nah, keep that safe. All like this, all like to me, I ain't get LeBron. I ain't get LeBron no excuse me in 2018. I mean, hey, look, you just gotta play. I'm sorry, you just gotta play at this point. But 2019, I can't give away no pass, man. Injuries part of the game. I feel suffocated. I was sad for him. We got hurt. Like as a person, like you could like a player as a player. You could hate a player, but as a person, you don't want nobody to get hurt. Toronto was cheering like, man, they cheer. That's messed up.
It's like
But
KD's down, yeah, but he wasn't playing in the other games
yeah,
though. So
like
why are you chanting?
like you get what I'm saying, right? When Warriors face the opposite team. And then they see players hurt, they always say, that's no excuse. But when they 13 get hurt, they say, man, we got hurt. We saw that game. We got come on, man. Like, no. That's for end. That it never ends, bro. It never ends. Well, I just don't care. It be like that.
It does be like that at times, yeah, for sure.
But yeah, man, well, I'm at the end this for right now. I'm gonna go take me a little break. Take me a break.
All right. It was a pleasure being on the first episode of this podcast,
Yeah,
looking to do more in the
yeah, of
future.
course. Yeah. We can do one next Saturday you want to, or maybe tomorrow if you have time.
We could probably do like next Saturday because, like, space it out so we're not
Yeah.
just jam logging everything.
Yeah, but make sure you send me the video.
Well,
So I
we'll
can post.
do.
Yeah.
Let me end the recording now.